Okay, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you've probably been a part of this debate at least once. It's a question that goes right to the very heart of what the Hogwarts houses are all about. Was Hermione Granger actually sorted into the right house?
I know it sounds crazy, right? She is the absolute picture of a Gryffindor, a key part of the Golden Trio. But the evidence for another house, well, it's pretty overwhelming. It's fascinated fans for years. So let's really get into it. Was she a true Gryffindor, or was she really meant to be a Ravenclaw all along?
And what's so great about this is that it's not just some fan theory we cooked up. The question is literally asked inside the books by a Ravenclaw student, no less. This one line just perfectly sums up the whole debate and shows that even the characters at Hogwarts could see that maybe, just maybe, she didn't quite fit.
So, to really get to the bottom of this, we have to start with the basics. We need to understand the fundamental principles of the two houses at the center of this whole thing. And believe me, it's more than just lions versus eagles. We're talking about two totally different ways of looking at the world. Let's just break it down. On one side, you've got Gryffindor. This is the house of action, the house of the heart. They value courage, daring, nerve, you get the idea. And on the other side, you've got Ravenclaw, the house of the mind. They prize intelligence, wisdom, and a deep, deep love of learning. Looking at these lists, you can already see the problem, can't you? Where does Hermione truly fit? All right, let's start with what seems like the obvious choice. We're going to build the case for Ravenclaw. And honestly, the evidence is so strong, it almost feels undeniable. She is, for all intents and purposes, the model Ravenclaw student. Just think about that core definition. Ravenclaw is for those who prize intelligence above all else. They're creative, they're curious, they pursue knowledge just for the sake of knowing. Now, does that ring a bell for anyone we know? First and foremost, you have to talk about her sheer intellectual power. Her academic brilliance wasn't just good, it was legendary at Hogwarts. She didn't just know the answers from the textbook, she understood the theory behind them on a really profound level. But here's the thing, it wasn't just about memorizing facts. Hermione had this incredible gift for lateral thinking. She could take a piece of knowledge and apply it in totally new, creative ways to solve whatever problem the trio was facing. That is a classic Ravenclaw skill. And all of that points to another key Ravenclaw trait, her deep, genuine curiosity. She had this constant, burning desire to learn more, to challenge what she was told, and just to seek out knowledge for the pure joy of understanding the world. And really, it all comes together under this one single description, doesn't it? We hear it over and over again in the series. It's the perfect capstone for the Ravenclaw argument. I mean, based on this alone, the case seems totally ironclad, so why wasn't she put there? Okay, while her intellect is absolutely undeniable, there is a whole other side to her character that's just as powerful. So now, let's flip the script, let's explore the case for Gryffindor, and maybe uncover the hidden truth of who Hermione Granger really is. See, Gryffindor isn't just about being reckless or rushing into danger. It's about moral conviction. It's about a deep loyalty and having the courage to do what is right, even when it's scary, even when it's hard. It's the house for people who lead with their heart. And when you look at her record, it is just full of bravery. Time and time again, her actions spoke way louder than any textbook ever could. Saving Ron from Devil's Snare in their first year, standing between Harry and a man she thought was a murderer, and maybe her bravest act of all, erasing her own parents' memories just to keep them safe. These are not the actions of someone who only lives in their mind.
And that brings us right to the center of this whole dilemma. The evidence for both houses is incredibly strong. Her mind just screams Ravenclaw, but her actions absolutely shout Gryffindor. She seems to perfectly embody the core values of both of them. So what gives? How is the decision actually made? To solve this, we have to look past simple personality traits. The real answer is a lot deeper. It's a mix of the Sorting Hat's own struggle, Hermione's personal preference, and, most importantly, the values she held dearest. We found out that the Sorting Hat itself was torn. It took almost 4 minutes to sort Hermione. That's so long that it makes her a hat stall. That's a student who fits into multiple houses so well that the hat actually struggles to decide. So right there, that alone tells you how difficult this choice really was. And we know that when the hat struggles, another factor comes into play, the student's own choice. And what did Hermione say before she was ever sorted? She said she hoped she'd be in Gryffindor. The Sorting Hat is known for taking preference into account, and for a borderline case like Hermione, her own desire to be brave almost certainly tipped the scales.
But, even that isn't the whole story. The sorting process goes deeper than your abilities or what you want. It's really about the core of who you are. It isn't just about the traits you happen to possess.
And this is the absolute key. Sorting isn't about what your greatest skill is. It's about what you value the most. So for Hermione, the real question was, what did she put first, her brilliant mind or her brave heart? And here we have it, the final, definitive piece of evidence, and it comes straight from Hermione herself. In a moment of crisis, she lays it all out on the table. She literally says that friendship and bravery, the core values of Gryffindor, are more important than books and cleverness, the hallmarks of Ravenclaw. That one quote just changes everything. Because while she was, without a doubt, the brightest witch of her age, she didn't value being the brightest. What she valued was being brave, being a loyal friend, and standing up for what was right. Her identity wasn't defined by her greatest talent, it was defined by her most cherished ideal. Hermione's story really shows us that who we are comes down to the values we choose to live by. Yeah, she had the mind of a Ravenclaw, but she had the heart of a Gryffindor. And when it came down to it, she chose to follow her heart. It kind of leaves us with one last thought, doesn't it? What values are guiding your path?